your family or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Muchachos has been serving Lincoln delicious pork, brisket, and chicken tacos for several years now, as well as Hatch Mac, nachos, and more. Muchachos also brings you close to the taste buds of your favorite local college athletes with NIL deals like the B3 burrito for Bella Bacon of Nebraska softball and many more. See a variety of different NIL options at Muchachos at 11th and K or order online at yomuchacho.com. Open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
Now's the best time to lock in early order savings on a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plan for success with the latest technology, including Exact Emerge high-speed planters that help you cover more acres with greater precision and productivity. Order your planter for next year now to unlock the biggest savings of the season. Contact your local Landmark location today and experience the Landmark difference.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Safety is always at the top of mind at Lincoln Electric System. The safety of our employees and the safety of our customers. It's National Safety Month. Visit les.com/safety for tips on all things related to electrical safety. If you're working in your yard, remember never to place landscaping, structures, and fences too close to above-ground electrical equipment. It's unsafe and could cost you financially. Visit les.com for a complete fence and landscaping installation guide.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer. Usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio, video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
All right, welcome in. Don't Punt Hour. Here's the runs on the ones and twos. As always, we got the morning Pierson-El streaming in. You guys can join in 402-464-5685. That is the Starter Heyman text line, Facebook, YouTube, X, Owl Channel 961. All great ways to put a face to the voice. The morning Pierson-El bringing you in right as the Dallas Mavericks are on the clock during the NBA draft. How's it going on NBA Draft Wednesday?
Not too bad. Not too bad. You know, trying to keep up with things.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with it as well. This draft, we'll be kind of bringing it up as it's going here. The pick is in for the Mavericks. Who do you think the Mavericks pick number one overall the morning, Pierce?
Couldn't tell you. I have no clue by Cooper Flag. If they didn't, they're something else.
Yeah, they are something else. The pick is in. It hasn't been announced, but they're already showing a big, long Cooper Flag highlight reel. Whole nice graphic for him. Obviously, he's going number one to the Dallas Mavericks. That being said, Dallas Mavericks, they extended Kyrie Irving as well. You're going to keep him around. Klay Thompson. I want to say Luka, no longer Luka. Klay Thompson, Cooper Flag, Kyrie Irving. How you like
what's the big man that was in DC?
Now you got me blanking.
He plays there 5. I don't know what his contract situation is and everything like that. But
Lively, right?
Yes, yeah, that's it. I can think of
Lively. Yeah, Lively's a surprisingly good player. He developed way faster than I anticipated. He's nice to keep around.
They have a nice core. You know, they have a future. They have a young superstar potential. Can be of the face of the league type situation with a lot of veteran players who can create their own, and he doesn't have to necessarily be, you know, Captain America right now. That's a good mix. That's a good situation, depending on how healthy they can stay.
And of course, the one guy that we left out, who's very injury prone, Anthony Davis. How big is this window? Like, obviously, Cooper Flag is going to be good. Do you worry about this team's legitimate ability to compete in the finals with this core? As old as it is, Cooper Flag, he might be the most polished player since. I think you go back to Zion probably since the last player with the most buzz around him is Cooper Flag be the next one.
Okay, but yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
Just
most polished player. I don't know about that. He is polished, but the most I think Zion, you know, is a little bit shorter necessarily than that. As long as that core can stay healthy, you know, I think with that team and that coach, the sky is the limit. Honestly, I think they can shock people, but. You know, age is a little bit of a concern, and you know, Kyrie's had injuries. We've seen them without Kyrie. Klay has had injuries. You know, he's still coming back and finding himself. AD, you know, hopefully he can stay healthy enough to, you know, to help you get the crown. Because I mean that's a deadly combination with a young rookie who's gonna give people, you know, a run for their money. If Anthony Davis is healthy and whatnot, and you playing a 2-man game between them and between Anthony Davis and Cooper, it's that's a scary sight for anybody. And then you throw Kyrie in there, who's gonna see everything, who's gonna space out the floor. I would say if everybody's healthy within 3 years, I could see them in the Western Conference Finals. And I know that might be saying something, but that's a lot of firepower with that coach that's there and everything like that. So I really like them, and I think that combination of players, can challenge anybody in the West.
Yeah, that's where I'm at, and that's what I want to. It feels like a 3-year window, which is crazy. Cooper Flag is going to have some leeway to have those veterans, but at the same time, he's going to need to perform if they want to go and win. I mean, that's the big three, and I can't believe how much the Mavericks lucked out having this as a possibility to go chase the title. But Cooper Flag might be good enough. How confident are you that Cooper Flag's game is going to transcend? And it's officially in. He's going to the Dallas Mavericks.
You said how fast will I think he?
Yeah, adapt to the NBA. Because Zion, ironically, Zion was actually pretty good early on. It was the injury that failed him, and then he never got back.
I think it will be a lot quicker and a lot smoother than what we've seen, just because of the players around him. Like some of these other picks, they go to the worst team. Like the Mavericks aren't the worst team. They just lucked up and got a very good, position or whatnot. So he doesn't have to carry a team and everything like that right now. He can figure himself out, get comfortable. I think Kyrie will space him out and put him in the right situation. I think Jason Kidd will put him in the right situation. And like I said, I mean, you have quality shooters around you. You have quality guys that can get a bucket. I think it will be a lot smoother for him on this level than previous, number one overall picks.
Yeah, I think, it's his ability to just lean on others. I think Mavericks unintentionally back their way into what's going to be a very, very exciting few years here. I don't know if they're going to be good enough to beat, make it all the way to the finals and take out whoever they need to in the West, as it's just loaded. And we're still waiting to see what some of these other teams do. But again, if they stay healthy, you throw out Klay Thompson, Anthony Davis, and now you bring in Cooper Flag, Kyrie Irving's on that extension. You feel really good. And you mentioned earlier as well, Derek Lively, I think he produced way quicker than people were maybe expecting. And he's been a big part of that Mavericks run. Really good when Luka was there. In those playoff runs, he had some moments. And then, of course, this year, AD, when he went down, this team didn't really have a shot. But they're going to be a fun team to watch. Right now, the Spurs are on the clock. And the Spurs are in a really fun position. They can kind of do whatever they want. If you're the San Antonio Spurs, do you consider trading down, feeling like it's a pretty loaded draft, or do you hold on to that number 2 pick? Right now, most mock drafts thinking they're going to go for Dylan Harper if they do pick from Rutgers, the point guard. Or, like I said, they could trade down and try to get a Kings Hall. Spurs GM, what do you want to do? Also, I should point out, you can go get a player. They have $48 million of free cap space, and before they hit that, they got moves to make.
It just depends, because you do have an older Chris Paul. If you do go get the guy out of Rutgers, he can be under Chris Paul wings, 2, maybe 3 years. He doesn't necessarily have to take over things. You can slide him into the 2 guard, and that makes you a little bit more dynamic just with everybody around you. But you also have Fox there.
Yeah, you got Fox.
So, I honestly, I think trading back and getting the Kings ransom to where you can make up a whole lot of other players. I mean, they're a developmental organization anywhere. They're not, we have to win necessarily now. I think the best bet, if you can get more picks in the second round and everything like that can add to your team necessarily. I mean, you're still right there. I mean, they're in the West. It's going to be a tall hill for them anyway.
Yeah, I'm in the same camp. I think I'd actually trade down or trade back. You get a few more picks, and then, like I said, you got $48 million before you even hit that first apron. So draft guys that what feels like a pretty deep draft. Go get a King's ransom, get a few more picks out of it, let whoever they want take it number 2, get the most desperate team, and then draft what's best available. Then just go get your guy out of free agency. I mean, you got the money to throw out there. You might as well, if you want to compete, go do it now. Otherwise, just hold on to the picks. Get more picks. than just the number 2. And if you don't see that big free agent out there, you still don't have to pull the trigger. So you don't have to force it either. They're just in a really, really good spot. I would trade down for them. I'd be surprised if they don't. I'm not so sure they take Dylan Harper again, knowing they have De'Aaron Fox there, unless they're planning moving on from De'Aaron.
him. But
Yeah.
They have some nice young guys there that to where, it might not necessarily be needed necessarily right now. Like you might need, quality picks to kind of get your 2 deep kind of assistant situated. You got a pretty, you got a young team, but they're on the rise of becoming older and being in the game and everything like that. You might get you some other, role players to kind of fill in to strengthen your roster. That way, once you do get to those runs and everything like that, you just don't have to depend on, maybe 6 guys or 4 or 5 guys to kind of carry you. So, again, it could be forward thinking and thinking about, the next 2 years, not necessarily a prize pick right now.
Yeah, and while we're speaking of it, pick is in. Spurs didn't trade down. Or trade back, I should say. So they are going to go ahead and lock it in. When that one gets through, I'll read it out loud for everybody in there. But obviously, Cooper Flag 1, we're waiting to see who the San Antonio Spurs picked up. Regardless of who they picked up, I still don't think they'll be super competitive next year.
No.
I'm going to pull up Victor Wembanyama stats in the meantime while we wait for this one. Where do you think the peak season of Victor Wembanyama, I shouldn't say peak, that I want to say explosive season, because last year, again, only 2 seasons in the NBA so far, and that first season, 46 games, second season, he got 71, and he was averaging 21 points, 79% from the free throw line, which is a pretty good sign, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 3.6 blocks, like I said, 21 points on 46% field goal percentage. Not great from 3, 32% from 3. But like I said, a 21, 10, and 4 stat line in his second year in the NBA. What does year 3 look like for Victor Wembanyama?
Averaging probably 25 to 28 plus, hopefully, would be like, a good trajectory for him for what they want him to be. It's a different step in a better, it's going to the next step. You have an averaging over 25, 26, that's kind of the threshold for, superstardom, or, a face of an organization. Yeah, them guys can get 40. Yeah, they can get 30 and everything like that. But, a solid 25 to 20 to 28 a night, that's, a given, that's at least that. I think that's like the next notch that he needs to achieve.
You just want to see more progress out of him this year. I'm not going to put it on him because they got better players, so his usage rate wasn't as high, but he actually got worse in about every category from that first season. First season, he was averaging 24 instead of 21. He was averaging.
He really had to do everything, so it's like they're taking the ball. It's again, how many games did he play in his first season?
46.
All right,
but the shooting numbers were better, which is impressive because again, he was the guy to do it, and you're shooting even better numbers. That injury slowed him down. I'm not saying it's going to slow him down forever. So I am kind of seeing maybe year 3, he takes a major jump. And as we continue talking about the Spurs, he'll have a new teammate, Dylan Harper. They do take the guard out of Rutgers. It's crazy to think Rutgers wasn't, elite this year, considering they're going to probably have 2 guys in the top 10 get drafted. Ace Bailey likely to be the next. Thoughts on it? They get the point guard, Dylan Harper. I know we kind of just didn't like the idea, but how does he fit if you are the Spurs?
I like I said, I think more of a 2. Slasher, athletic. You got 2 guys that can really, work around and kind of get your offense going. The guy out of UConn, I keep forgetting his name, but he was their guard. They took him, I think, either last year or 2 years ago. He has the slow euro, like he kind of pauses. It's an awkward movement, but I mean it's a unique move and it works for him. He's their system type player. He fits there what they want to do and everything like that. So you have him and you have Chris Paul there. So you don't necessarily need him to bring up the ball and attack people on some, Russell Westbrook type situation. You want to be more of a Dwayne Wade. You can use him as that. I mean, with Fox, if you want to speed things up and speed the tempo up, You can keep Chris Paul in there, keep Fox in there, put Harper on the other wing, Wemby, and keep things going to the pace and athletic, but he's not going to be the starting guard out the gate. Chris Paul is there, like, unless they feel like he's done enough, which I would be shocked if they move on from that. I mean, give Chris another year or two, and that team will really start taking off, I think.
Yeah, I'm curious what role they have carved out for him. He's a big guy. I mean, for guard wise, 6'5", but 213, pretty strong frame. But he's not great on defense. So if you want to put him at that 2 guard, that's fine. But he's going to have to pick up space. And this goes for every rookie. I mean, to be fair, I can say this about Dylan Harper. I can even say this about Cooper Flagg. Defense is the one thing pretty much all rookies suck at early. Very rarely do you get a good defense player. Even guys like Lonzo Ball, who saved his career early with defense. It was a few games in before he super leaned into that area, understanding he just wasn't getting it done on offense. I got to get a defense to get my minutes. If he goes in that route, he's good enough a shooter. He can be a great playmate, like a 3-and-D guy in some sense, but it's going to take a while to get there defensively. But to your point, Chris Paul, De'Aaron Fox, if they don't move on from those guys, they got time to do it. Second overall pick, though, again, I think if you're going to put him in that just role, I would have rather traded down if we're not going to use him right away. But I don't necessarily hate the pick either. Up next, Philadelphia 76ers. They are on the clock. They still have not put the pick in. They're thinking of VJ Edcombe out of Baylor, out of everyone who's available left. 6'4", shooting guard, 193 pounds. Average 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. 34% from.
They need all the help that they can get. You don't know what you got with Embiid. You don't know his health and everything like that. This is going to be a huge pick for them because that person is going to have to step up and create some things, and so that they better get a good fit.
I can't put my finger on why the Philadelphia 76ers struggle as often and as consistently as they do. Like, obviously injuries with Joel Embiid have played a part. But then you go with the Ben Simmons experiment was just an absolute disaster. You try bringing in James Harden, that just absolute disaster. Paul George moves on and worked out for Paul George. At least he made it to a Game 7 with the Clippers versus Nuggets this year. Joel Embiid, where are you at with him being the guy who can lead a team to an NBA Finals?
I don't know. He reminds me a lot of a more athletic Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing had, injury prone and everything like that. It was always his knees and everything like that. So it kind of has that feel to it. Patrick Ewing is a Hall of Fame. I didn't mean that by any, disrespect.
Yeah.
But you just don't know because it's just like it feels like he picks and chooses, and I know he doesn't necessarily pick and choose. It's just, body care situation, rehabbing and everything like that. That they're investing a whole lot. And, as of lately, necessarily the investment hasn't been quite as much of a return or a haul as they would like. So can it happen? I mean, to a finals, I don't know. To an Eastern Conference Finals, I think that might be, more obtainable if he gets help. But, you got to go through at least 2 or 3 teams that are right there. Let's just say, if next year goes around, you either got to go through Indy, you got to go through Boston, and you got to go through New York. And you might throw, Cleveland up in there. Like Cleveland was hurt. So, I mean, you got 4 teams, whichever way you go, you're going to have to go through 2 teams. And out of 3 of those teams, they've all made it to the Eastern Conference Finals in the last 2 or 3 years. So that's still a good core. So it's you better hope he's healthy. Finals, I would say unlikely, and I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but conference finals, I think that's more obtainable.
Yeah, I'd say so.
If he gets help and stays healthy.
Well, Tyrese Maxey's been awesome. He's really picking up a lot of the slack. They just put up the graphic. He was averaging 26 points last year for him. Like, you got guys that are stepping in, but as they're stepping in, it feels like the core superstars are getting worse and more inconsistent. And it's like, what do you even have there at that point? Or the young guys are starting to outperform the superstars who are getting most of the money or are available half the time. And that's unfortunate. Like, obviously Embiid doesn't want to be hurt half the year either, but it happens a lot. And, you know, he lives on that free throw line, and it works out great for him. But again, I think a lot of that's just his physicality as well. You don't mind getting points from a free throw line, drawing fouls, but you definitely see him playing very cautiously, and I can't even blame him for it. But yeah, the 76ers window feels like it's coming to a close, but as we throw at the break here, maybe there's some hope, as VJ Edgecombe will now be a Philadelphia 76er. He is picked number 3 overall, heading to Philadelphia out of Baylor. All right, with that being said, we'll throw it to break. Don't go anywhere. We'll keep talking NBA draft and possibly mix in some Husker football while we wait for picks. Don't Punt Hour to Morning Pierson-El. Harrison Arns, talk to you in a bit.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Life changes, and sometimes that means changing where you call home. Whether you're downsizing, growing your family, relocating, or facing tough times, you shouldn't navigate it alone. I'm Laura Bonta-Bush with Woods Rose Realty, and I'm here to guide you with all your real estate needs. As wife of football coach Bill Bush, I understand the importance of teamwork and making sure you are supported every step of the way with honesty, integrity, and compassion. If you're looking for a game plan to buy or sell your home, text the word HOME to 402-534-1919. That's HOME to 402-534-1919.
Staying healthy and comfortable starts with the air you breathe. If you're noticing more dust, odors, or allergies, it could be time for duct cleaning from Bryant. Pure Air starts with cleaner air ducts, hair with enhanced filtration and purifications options, and the difference is amazing. When the air you breathe is clean and fresh, your home smells fresher, and your family is healthier. Time for cleaner air in your home? Call Bryant for a free estimate. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Lincoln's new craft cocktail lounge is Bar 48 in Lincoln. Located at 2639 North 48th Street, Bar 48 offers everything from cocktails to beer to wine and so much more. With summer right around the corner, you can always enjoy Bar 48's frozen beverages. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on their live music performances every Saturday night. Make plans to visit Bar 48 on North 48th Street in the heart of the University Place neighborhood today.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Is it time to replace your home comfort system? Call Bryant and save money in every way. Bryant provides you with solutions that save. Save big immediately with attractive rebates, and save every day with lower operating costs. Most important though, the systems are selected to fit you. The right system, priced right, properly installed. That's the way Bryant works for you. How much can you save? Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing for a free estimate. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
The weekend is here and you and the boys need a place to hang out after your day on the golf course. Lucky for you, that place exists at Liquid Assets Sports Bar and Grill in South Lincoln. The 19th hole at the course is great, but it doesn't have 30 TVs showing all sports with 23 beers on tap. You can enjoy all of that at Liquid Assets, as well as delicious smash burgers, wings, and much more. Don't end your hangout after the golf round ends. Get to Liquid Assets Sports Bar and Grill at 2755 Jamie Lane.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
All right, welcome back in. A second segment, Don't Punt Hour, as we continue to cover live here the NBA draft, and the Charlotte Hornets are up. They have the pick in, as we are just waiting to hear who they draw out. Previous one was Philadelphia 76ers. They took Edgecombe out of Baylor. Number 1 overall was Cooper Flagg, and then number 2 for the Spurs, who I thought might trade back, decided not to. They went ahead and got Harper out of Rutgers. So, with that being said, we're waiting for who the Hornets pick up. Good morning, Pierson. I'll just ask you a simple question. What does this team need to do just to be competitive? 19 wins last year, 19-63. And, if I look at the history of the Hornets, it's not going to look a whole lot better. Maybe a few seasons where you get to 20, maybe 30 wins, but a lot of low winning seasons for the Hornets.
They need overall production from everybody, I think. I feel like half of the season that they played well enough or dominant, and then it just kind of, all right, it is what it is. I'm tired of losing. I'm sick of, people just kind of gave up and not care. They need somebody to complement, LaMelo. I think, I wouldn't say a big, I'm not saying necessarily a guard, but could be a guard. I don't think like a true big. I think the bigs that they do have there, Canupel.
I'm not sure. I said it might just be Nepal. Let me double check the pronunciation on that.
Yeah, out of Duke. Solid player, but again, he's a grinder, a two-way player. He's going to be able to kind of go in there, change things up. That way, LaMelo doesn't have to do everything himself.
Yeah, and that's the thing where, the Mikal Bridges incident was, I don't know. Did you ever buy in to Mikal Bridges possibly betting on games and throwing games intentionally? And it is Knipple, just so we get that right.
I was close. I was right there.
Yep. So Con Knipple is going to be heading over there out of Duke. I don't think he was projected to go on a lot of these. He was projected, I want to say, much later. I'm kind of surprised to see him go that early.
Ticket sales, hopefully. With Duke being in North Carolina, like I said, I think he's a two-way player. He's a strong kind of grinded out type of guy. He can. I think he does a lot of things well. Not necessarily offensive assassin to say, but he will get by.
It's okay. CBS did have him pretty slotted. They have him actually right at 4, so they did get it right as I'm looking through these mock drafts here. So they got him at 4. The best thing you're going to get out of him is, I mean, you even just saw it in the tournament. If you weren't watching the regular season, you're giving LaMelo Ball a good shooter. Somebody who can knock down. Let's see, how tall is he? Yeah, about 6'5", 219, tall enough. I mean, he's just probably at this point the best shooter on the board that you can go and grab. So I don't mind this one. I mean, it's more offense. Where they really struggle is defense. They're pretty abysmal defensively every year. But again, going back to try to find rookies who are going to help you improve defensively, it's a long shot. Typically just going for offense and size. That size you can hopefully coach into being good defensive players. And he's got those measurables. I don't know if it's going to do anything for the Hornets in the short term. They need to move some of these pieces around. Like the Mikal Bridges, it's not working with him. He has some really exciting moments, but again, even if the scandal's true or not, like that's not good PR. And plus, I don't think he's integral to that team. And then defensively, I mean, you just need to make a lot of changes if you want to get better on that end of the floor. So, you know, you can continue to rebuild with this pick right here. Don't mind it at all. Like I said, Concanepple out of Duke, heading over there. Probably the best shooter left on the board is a Charlotte Hornet. Up next is the Utah Jazz. A lot of people are thinking Jeremiah Fears, point guard out of Oklahoma, 6'3", 180. Jazz can, I think, kind of go a few ways here. Let me see what they got on cap space as well.
I mean, they went with Isaiah Collier last year as their first round pick. You got guard there, so I mean, I don't. Who really pays attention to the Jazz? I mean, let's keep it real.
There's a certain population.
Well, that population isn't here.
But they're locked in always, and you know that best. If you've been
that
to
they are
region, they don't skip a beat. They're about it. So I'll tip my cap. They do have, I'm looking at it, they're $23 million away from the first apron. So they can also go get another superstar if they want to. Obviously, they're going to hold on to guys like Lauri Markkanen. I think he's probably untouchable for them. But they can make moves, get another star in there if they really want to, move some pieces around. And like I said, they got some stars, but stars that aren't on insanely big contracts. So they can go ahead and draft a guy here and then make another trade if they really want to. Because, let's see. Yeah, Lauri Markkanen by far and away is making the most money on their payroll. He's guaranteed $42 million. Everybody else, I mean, the second biggest one is John Collins at $26 million. You could move him. Colin Sexton's a really nice piece over on the Jazz. Another really good trade asset if they want to dangle him out there. And they still got Jordan Clarkson. And after that, I mean, you get to $7 million, $5 million in under contracts. That money's guaranteed. So they definitely got some good wiggle room. If you were the Jazz, who would you trade between Lauri Markkanen, John Collins, Colin Sexton, if you want to make a move to get a star here?
You might have to have a in between trade and then a three-way team trade to get that done.
You'd have to dangle.
I think maybe Sexton, you might get the most. Like, I think he might have the highest power, like star power, or brightest future. He might be appealing to certain teams. That's still a lot to get done. So nobody's going to give up. You know, that it will require something else to get people to turn their heads. I don't think he'll get that trade just by itself.
Yeah, and they're going to have to wait too. I have to look at who the unrestricted free agents are coming up, but that's probably the more likely move. You're going to be tough to find teams that if you want a star, I mean, $26 million on John Collins and then $18 million. I mean, that's just barely about over $40 million guaranteed right there. You got to make the money work somehow, and you don't want to make just a ton of it cash consideration. So, I mean, they could just wait for an unrestricted free agent, but their pick is in, and Ace Bailey, the second Rutgers player picked in this draft. Thoughts on that?
They got two top 5 picks?
Rutgers, again, that's kind of where you look at this Rutgers team, and again, they had some injuries. What were they? I think they were under 500 overall last year, and that's a team with 2 top 5 NBA picks. Let me see how good they were last year. I want to say they were definitely below 500, which is just kind of crazy to think. Yeah, last year, 15-17. Conference, they're 8-12. And you got 2 picks. Or excuse me, I thought the pick was in for him. They haven't officially selected.
They haven't announced it, but
okay. So it is still not out there. There's a possibility. Otherwise, they like the guard out of Texas as well. But yeah, I mean, if it is another Rutgers player, that'd be Dylan Harper And then who knows if they get Ace Bailey, that'd be 2 and 5, both Rutgers. We'll wait and see here as the selection's in. Honestly, I can see these guys go ahead and taking, if they really, Ace Bailey. There it is. Okay, so they did go. Leaning on Rutgers. Rutgers, two
picks in the top 5. You got to feel like that was underperforming in the Big Ten a little bit.
Yeah. I know some of it was injuries, but that is brutal. To have 2 guys that left your program. And
I think that'd be good for, that like at least their recruiting is like, look, your type of style, you've seen regardless of win and losses or whatever, we had 2 guys in the top 5. You know what I mean? So that'll be good for them, especially in that area on that coast, from New York to probably Georgia. Maybe you can throw Florida in there, but at least Georgia up and down the coast, from DC, North Carolina, Maryland, Philly, the basketball, is just in the blood over there. So you got a lot over there on that side.
And then up next is going to be an interesting pick, the Wizards. The Wizards who have just really strong. Are you a DC fan? Like, do you feel for the Wizards coming from that area?
I do, just because I feel like, that area, I can't say just the city because I'm not from, the city. When I mean the city, I mean in DC. But the area is a rich, like we are for those teams type area. So when the Commanders are doing good, the city's thriving. When the Nationals are doing good, everybody except for once you get up to Baltimore is going for them. Same thing with the Capitals. Same thing with the Mystics.
Year, huh? I said DC must have been popping off this year, but the Commanders and Capitals really. I think the Capitals made it to the 2nd round, maybe 3rd round in the NHL, and then. Obviously, the Commanders didn't win the Super Bowl, but
I mean, it was a lot better than what they were used to. So I mean, in year 1 with Quinn, and year 1 with new management. I mean, you got the right quarterback. You were right then and there. So they're happy to be back on the winning side of things.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Well, we'll see who the Wizards take. A lot of mock drafts thought they would want to take Ace Bailey, so he's no longer available for them. So they're going to have to pivot here. We'll have to wait and see who they pick up. I don't know. I mean, if I am the Wizards, just give me.
You need a lot.
The best player available. That's all.
You need a lot. You need somebody that you can build some things off. Now, depending on what that is, you got a lot of veteran players in there, and I know, that they're not, maybe not in their prime or whatnot, but they can still. They can still get some things done. So you got to need somebody that's going to be a pivotal piece in your future.
I wonder, this might be finally time to take another big off the board, because if you look at it with the trades, obviously they moved on from Jordan Poole, but they got some veterans, CJ McCollum, Chris Middleton on that backcourt. And then you still got Kelly Olynyk, veteran power forward. And then money wise again, I mean, who has the most expensive contract on this team? It's CJ McCollum and Chris Middleton. It's pretty much tied, about $31 million. And then everybody else, you got a 22 from Malcolm Brogdon. And then again, it's a very, very cheap roster here. So they got some wiggle room. I'm taking best player available. We'll have to wait and see who that is on the other side as we got to take a break here. But I'm just not going to overthink it. The Wizards are at a point where I'm probably assuming everyone's expendable just to save that team out of poverty. I mean, really, it's been there for quite a while. Not as bad as some of the others, but they got an opportunity here. Hopefully, they get this pick right. Things can turn around for the Washington Wizards. We'll throw it to break. We'll tell you who the Wizards picked on the other side. Don't punt hour. Good morning, Pierson-El, Harrison Arns. We'll talk to you in a bit.
Now's the best time to lock in early order savings on a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plant for success with the latest technology, including Exact Emerge high-speed planters that help you cover more acres with greater precision and productivity. Order your planter for next year now to unlock the biggest savings of the season. Contact your local Landmark location today and experience the Landmark difference.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Safety is always at the top of mind at Lincoln Electric System. The safety of our employees and the safety of our customers. It's National Safety Month. Visit les.com/safety for tips on all things related to electrical safety. If you're working in your yard, remember never to place landscaping structures and fences too close to above ground electrical equipment. It's unsafe and could cost you financially. Visit les.com for a complete fence and landscaping installation guide.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Muchachos has been serving Lincoln delicious pork, brisket, and chicken tacos for several years now, as well as Hatch Mac, nachos, and more. Muchachos also brings you close to the taste buds of your favorite local college athletes with NIL deals like the B3 burrito for Bella Bacon of Nebraska softball and many more. See a variety of different NIL options at Muchachos at 11th and K or order online at yomuchacho.com. Open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
All
right, welcome back in the final segment of the Don't Punt Hour as we continue to react live to the NBA draft, which started right at 7 o'clock at the very beginning of this show. Picks 1 through 6 are in. At 1 to the Dallas Mavericks, Cooper Flagg out of Duke. No surprises there. 2, Dylan Harper out of Rutgers. 3, VJ Edgecombe out of Baylor. 4, Con Canupol out of Duke. And then Ace Bailey, you get your second Rutgers player again. Crazy to think Rutgers was 15 and 17 overall last year, as they have 2 players at 2 and 5 drafted in this year's NBA draft. And then at number 6, the one we were waiting on before we went to break, DeMarne Pierson-El, are you satisfied with the Wizards, who I said just take the best player available? They went ahead and selected Trey Johnson, 6'5" guard out of Texas.
I like it. It's a nice pick. He's an elite shooter. And today's game is live or die by the 3. So he's going to give you that. He's got, veteran leadership in there. So he can kind of come off and still kind of do what he was doing and what he was known for in college. So I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, that's to me, take the best player available, the most exciting player. He's that. I mean, he goes into games, and at times it's concerning how much he wants to shoot if it's not going in. And then there's days when he's hitting it, he becomes one of the most dangerous players, at least he was last year, on the court. So I like it. I mean, he can add a lot of excitement to a team who, quite honestly, doesn't have a lot going for it. You get CJ McCollum, you get Kelly Olynyk, but you're feeling pretty hollow, especially when you get to that bench. Add a guy like him, at least he's exciting. I don't know if he's ever going to match up to being what he is, but if he's hot, he can hit a bunch of threes for you. I don't mind the pick at all. Up next, the Pelicans. Pelicans, another team who I don't know how to fix. I don't know how to fix them. First question is Zion Williamson. He's the guy that you're holding on to. Where are you at with him?
Or just rip off the Band-Aid.
Trade him, I think, if you can.
I would. I mean, you can get some stuff for him. I mean, he's still appealing enough. Some team out there, might take a chance on him.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I'm trying to. Who do they all have left now? I mean, it's not great. They lost a lot, and for obvious reasons. Moving on from guys like CJ McCollum because it just wasn't working. Yeah, you guys got Jordan Poole on there now. Jordan Poole, Zion Williamson. It's not a great roster. Same camp. I think I'm going to go for the best player available, and you kind of ruined the window you had to develop Zion into the superstar. He can still be a superstar. I don't know if he can be that on your team.
He just won't be. He won't be a superstar for the Pelicans.
Yeah, I think that's where they're at. And he might not even be, a superstar in other teams. He's going to have flashes. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets more NBA All-Stars, but his ceiling has dropped every single year for me until he comes in from an offseason looking like he's in great shape and he's not injury prone. Like the injury prone part is the thing that scares you. And then you wonder, if the off the court stuff is a problem. You don't really know with him, but the eye test will tell you it might be some of the off the court stuff that's causing his struggling career. And yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a contract either. $36 million. You can move off of that one before he becomes unrestricted. Then you're going to have to double down on it, but I'd move on from him as well. And then whoever you draft here, again, I'm just going best player available because right now this team doesn't have a lot going on for it. We'll get one more team in here. We'll put a hypothetical out there while we wait. The Brooklyn Nets will be next. They have on the mock draft I'm looking at on CBS Sports, Trey Johnson, who was just drafted. So then you can really go for anyone. The center for Duke's still out there. Carter Bryant out of Arizona still out there, small forward. And then otherwise, if you want to go to the next best guard, BYU, probably take Igor Demon. If you are the Brooklyn Nets, most people are assuming they want to trade Johnson, not on the board anymore. Who would you want to go for? You go for another guard, or are you just going best player available? You got to mute yourself there.
Trying to think who's all in Brooklyn.
It's I'll give you a quick run of the. I mean, it's a pretty disgruntled roster again, as this is going to be a very common thing. Obviously, as we're early in the draft, these are all the teams that likely struggled heavily. I mean, you're still sitting there, guys, with Cameron Johnson, D'Angelo Russell's back over there. I forgot the Lakers sent him over again after he left. Their best player is D'Angelo Russell and guys like DeAnthony Melton.
You're gonna have to need like a forward or big. I would say best. I don't want to say best case scenario because best player available, because if it's a guard, it's like you can still move pieces with Russell and whatnot. Now it might not be exactly necessarily what you want. You can go either or. You can go best available big. You can go best available scorer. They need something to give their fans hope.
Yeah, I'm looking at the raw. I mean, you're probably just gonna go with the best player available. I mean, I think you probably take the center out of Duke. Take Gaiman out of Duke. I mean, he was phenomenal. You're probably the best player on the board, at least in my mind. They didn't. They took Jeremiah Fears, guard out of Oklahoma. So they stuck with the guard route. They thought that's who the Jazz were going to take. He slipped, so they flipped right there. They take Jeremiah Fears, guard out of Oklahoma. And unfortunately, it's going to be the last pick we get in here as we got to wrap up this show. We got the Malone Radio Show coming up next. So we still got plenty more here on Ticket Weeknights. But like I said, that's going to wrap up our coverage. We got to 7 picks at the very least. Jeremiah Fears over to New Orleans Pelicans, guard out of Oklahoma. Good morning, Pierson-El. Appreciate it as always. Closing thoughts on what we've seen in the NBA draft so far.
So far, a little bit surprising, but I like the way things are headed.
Absolutely. And we'll talk about it more tomorrow. We'll get the full list of at least that first round. We'll break it down more then. But until then, Malone Radio Show coming up next. Appreciate you guys listening, but don't go anywhere. Ticket Weeknights rolls on.